Hello everybody, I'm Sanji. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much. I appreciate your checking me out. For those of you that are already my subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate your support and thank you for always stopping by and leaving your comments when you feel appropriate. If you are new here, I encourage you to watch the video, take notes on those things that apply to you, and leave your comments, your thoughts below, your experiences, share them with others. That's how we all learn from each other and hopefully improve our own lives by, reading what other people go through and have learned from. So I encourage you to do that. I only ask that you are respectful when leaving your comments. You do not have to agree with the contents of the video, but you do have to be respectful when expressing your disagreement. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much. If you will be a new subscriber, thank you in advance. So let's get into the video. This video is about the 5 cusp signs with the most inner conflict. Okay, so this video is for my cuspers. Alrighty, now to be honest, the whole idea of cusp is controversial, okay? There are a lot of people out there that they don't believe in it, they don't subscribe to it, so they're not gonna put any information out there, and that's okay. But for others, the notion of the cusp is very real. People are born either 3 days before or 3 days after the change of a sun sign, and they are feeling the effects of the leaving sign or the entering sun sign. And they have this conflict so much that even when they do something as simple as reading the horoscopes, they can't really match it up because it's not really them. And so those are your true cuspers out there. And so this video is for you, okay? Now, though many people whose birthdays fall right between 2 different signs will often identify with one sign over the other, the truth is the traits from each side will kind of bleed into one another. So this strange alchemy can end up creating a very copacetic sense of inner peace and harmony and will work very well for that person, like a Sagittarius Capricorn, who they're pretty much the enlightened prophets of the zodiac. Okay, so if you know a Saggy Capricorn, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Or you meet somebody in there, the Aries Taurus, so they have this really stealthy steel determination, but it's tempered with a loving and generous spirit. So you have that. And then you also have just the best of both worlds, which is the Taurus Gemini, because they have the very hardworking work ethic, but they also are very charming. So it just kind of makes us all look bad because they kind of look a little good at everything. So you have that. But sometimes that's not the case because the 2 sun signs aren't exactly matched. They're kind of polar opposite. And sometimes that can create conflict within the person. And because, as I said, many people don't subscribe to the idea of cusp identity, there isn't a lot of information. Well, this video is for those of you who may be one of the 5 cusp signs who have the most inner conflict. So I'm going to share that with you. Perhaps that will give you an aha moment, or for someone that you care about, you can share this video with them. And perhaps there's some way that we can find to balance it out. So stay tuned. Let's find out those 5 cusp signs that have the most inner conflict. Coming up right after this. Hi there. So the first zodiac cusp sign to have the most inner conflict is none other than Aquarius with Pisces. That's people born from February 15th through February 21st. And here's the issue. Now, unlike their match made in heaven zodiac neighbors, Pisces, Aries, which is a really good balance, those born on Aquarius, Pisces cusp are often at inner conflict because two major aspects of their sun signs can never quite seem to bring into balance with each other. And that's their intuition versus the ego. So those two things are constantly butting heads, causing inner conflict within Aquarius Pisces. Now, this cusp sign can be super sensitive, right? And at the same time, nearly psychic because of their intuitiveness. They are one of the most intuitive people that you could ever meet. But they are also aggressive in their desire to appease their own egos. So you have the intuitiveness that can be quite gentle, okay? But the drive of the ego, which is like feather hammer, right? So what happens is the latter pushes them, the ego, pushes them to be extroverted. But their intuitiveness has a deep need for isolation because you need to recharge because you are super sensitive to the things that are going on around you, whether spoken or unspoken. It's just a natural gift that most Aquarius Pisces people have. Now, while you are goal-oriented, right, the Aquarius Pisces is also a procrastinator. And more than anything else, while you are so sensitive to the needs of others, you can often find yourself feeling completely misunderstood. So, kind of accurate for you, Aquarius Pisces? Well, for the Aquarius Pisces, it can seem that life can be boiled down to the constant pull between the extremes, right? Mixed with an ongoing struggle to feel as though you fit in somewhere. But precisely because of these traits, Aquarius Pisces, you often end up being some of the best advocates for social justice, social cause, and social change, all right? And some of the best artists and humanitarians in the field are indeed Aquarius Pisces. So I know that the struggle for you may be real. However, hang in there because that is just the nature of the beast. You got the best of both worlds. You have the drive, but you also have the compassion. And finding that balance will be an ongoing struggle for you. And I've made videos that here on this channel that give you some suggestions for the life of the Aquarius Pisces. So you might want to check them out. Meditate, stay true to yourself. It's not you. It's not everybody else too, because sometimes do that. You have to find that balance within yourself. Find what works for you and then apply that because you truly are a special and unique person. Just finding the right mixture for you and for your talents is what is most crucial. So our number one sign that has the most inner conflict is none other than you, Aquarius Pisces. The next cusp sign to have the most inner conflict is none other than Cancer Leo. So Cancer Leo cusp is anyone born July 19th through July 25th. And here's why. When you combine an emotional Cancer with an aggressive Leo, you get someone who is constantly in a battle within themselves. And perhaps more importantly, they'll battle other people too. Now, similar to their neighboring Gemini Cancer cusper, those born on the Cancer Leo cusp are super prone to mood swings, all right? constantly trying to temper their desire to be outspoken and confrontational, right? Now, when the Cancer Leo does get up the nerve to speak their mind, then they have to deal with feeling an overwhelming sense of guilt and self-doubt because they usually express it in a way that is counterintuitive to what you would find a Cancer person typically doing. A Cancer person is more feeling, okay? And a Cancer Leo is more in your face, fire, and, feelings be damned, so to speak. So Cancer Leos are never quite sure where to put this big ball of outbursts when it happens. And they have this dual reaction to anything that happens because of it, because of their oversensitivities, which is the Cancer in them, and their over assertiveness, which is the Leo in them. All right. So trying to make the two balance is sometimes like, you feel like that. And that's why I constantly tell the Cancer Leo to find ways to release, to meditate, to do yoga, physical fitness. You have to let out that energy that you have coursing through you that makes you atypical to a other Cancer who is sometimes laid back, more reserved. Cancers usually like to observe. Well, a Cancer Leo, yes, they are going to be cancerious and they're going to observe, but then they're going to let you have it if you touch a nerve like a Leo. So if you are a Cancer Leo, I encourage you to watch my video about Cancer Leos. So I give you a few tips on how to handle the battle that rages within you, and so that you can have an easier time as you navigate waters, and so other people can understand why this Cancer is a great ball of fire. That's the Cancer Leo in you. Because together, the combination inside you can be super tumultuous until people begin to understand that's just who you are. And it ain't gonna change. So the second sign that can have the most inner conflict is none other than you, Cancer Leo. Good luck. Check out my video because you guys, I enjoy you. You're something else. The third sign, cusp sign, to have inner conflict is none other than Libra Scorpio. Now, Libra Scorpio is anyone born October 19th through October 25th. So if you were born on those days, you, my friend, are a Libra Scorpio. Now, Libra Scorpios are said to be the Beauty and the Beast sign. Okay, this is the Beauty and the Beast cusp sign. And that's kind of exactly what you are. Now, like your Virgo Libras, you can often lack self-awareness and you can be super aggressive and sensitive, right? And then feel tons of remorse for arguing with others or like letting them have it. You know, Libra Scorpio, that super brutal, honest thing that you do. Yeah, that. And that thing that you might struggle with just to feel okay with yourself because you say, well, they asked you, but then you really give it to them and you realize they couldn't take it. And so you feel bad because that's not the reaction you wanted them to have, although you were being honest. I get it, Libra Scorpio. It's not easy being you. Well, you're a super rare kind of person, okay? And here's why. You're at once desiring balance and beauty, and you value honesty. You do. But at the same time, you're trying to deal with deep, intense feelings and the different jealousies and the intensities that are quietly running inside of you, which is that Scorpio influence, right? So you can be impulsive and compulsively speak your mind at times for better and sometimes for worse, right? For other people. And you're not intending to hurt their feelings. That's the thing. That you are doing it from a open, honest space, but because it is so kapow. Really, it really is, Libra Scorpio. It can be a lot for the person having to receive it, right? So you seem to be magnets of drama. It's almost like when people are going through things, they come and find you. So I hear you saying, hey, they asked me. I get it, Libra Scorpio. I really do. However, you're not realizing that sometimes you generate some of this drama that is attracted to you. And while you claim you want passionate relationships and stability, you sometimes make it difficult to create that and maintain that because you can be so abrupt and, dare I say, abrasive. So, yeah, Libra Scorpio, it's definitely a balancing act for you. I typically say that the Sagittarians have the tongues of fire, but if there was a definite competition about that, you, Libra Scorpio, could definitely give Sagittarians a run for their money. So what I suggest to you is that you watch my Libra Scorpio Cusp video. If you are one of those people that you are having a few run-ins with people that they aren't exactly receiving things kind of the way that you are intending for them to, and you would like a kindler, gentler way to go about things in this new year, I'll take a look at that. But in the meantime, it is no surprise to me that Libra Scorpio is the next sign that might suffer from a little bit of inner conflict. But you got it. You just got to find the balance for Libra while calming the intensity that is Scorpio. It can be done. Good luck to you. The next sign that comes in as one of the cusp signs that may have the most inner conflict is none other than Scorpio Sagittarius. And Scorpio Sagittarius is anyone that is born November the 18th through November the 24th. So if you have a birthday in those dates, you indeed are a Scorpio Sagittarius. Now here's the thing about the Scorpio Sagittarius. They are rebellious, loving, adventurous, and social. But their demons can sometimes get in their way. And I mean that figuratively, not literally. Okay, so don't write me any nasty letters. Let's carry on. Now, though you are perpetual childlike, you like to have fun, and you always want to live a kind of young, wild, and free kind of, I'm hip, I'm happening, I'm with the current, I know what's going on. That's the type of attitude you have typically. Your outward exterior things don't always beat out your desire to have solid relationships and to love people hard, because you do have that intensity, and that is something you want, although you want to be the person on the scene and always there, and like I said, quite current. There's the other side of you that requires that stability, that loving relationship, something that you can count on. So your deepest loves are often your most secretive, and you tend to self-sabotage your relationships out of fear that they're going to end anyway, and you kind of hold back in some way in your relationships. So you have that, I want to be loved, I want to be in this, and that's the Scorpio. But at the same time, you have the Sagittarian that kind of wants to be carefree and doesn't like to really be tied down. A Sagittarian has to make a mental decision really firmly within themselves to say, okay, that's it, I want to be tied down, because they like the adventure, they like the freedom. So when you have a Scorpio who can sometimes be untrusting, yes, Scorpio, that's you, it takes a while for you to trust, and you already have the Sagittarian out here that's like, hey, let's do me, kind of makes it difficult for a relationship to grow and exist in a healthy environment with that. So Scorpio Sagittarians sometimes are appalled by authority and often develop your own unique career paths, right? Because you're individualists. Again, that's the carefree nature of the Sagittarian coming through. That allows you flexibility and autonomy. Now, of course, you can have relationships, but you have to, the successful relationships for you are the ones that give you a degree of flexibility and autonomy to be able to move the way that you want to. So you want to know that they are there, but you also need to be able to fall back, dip out a little bit, have a good time. And it doesn't mean that you're cheating. Let me clear that up before people write that down. I didn't say that, although it happens, but not necessarily. You just need the freedom to be able to isolate, which is Scorpion, but also move back and step back and move freely, which is Sagittarius. So you need a very unique, understanding person, or they have to understand that about you in order to develop the relationship. And then once you get that understanding, it can be pretty solid, right? So Scorpio Sagittarius people are also pretty stylish. They're quite interesting. They're typically great communicators, and they're the most fun-loving of all your friends. So again, because they enjoy being current, they enjoy being on top of things and knowing the latest, having the latest, being a part of it. That's who you are. So as long as Scorpio Sagittarius can learn to let your need to always be on the go, the adventure side in you, and to just don't allow that to sabotage your desire to settle down with the right person in the right place, you'll find the kind of joy that you never knew before. It's a balance, okay? So once you get that understanding with your partner, it's going to take the right partner, of course. But once that trust is established and they understand that your need to be on the scene doesn't necessarily mean that you're making a scene, at least I hope not. Things can run pretty smoothly for you in that phase of your life. But until you get there and until you develop that understanding within yourself and your partner, you can have some inner conflicts going for time to time. So that's a little clue for you if that's something that you found yourself going through. It's just a part of who you are. And you have to have that hard talk early on in the relationship, if you are in a relationship that you find you would like to keep. So communication is key for you, Scorpio Sagittarius. But I am here to tell you, I know some Scorpio Sagittarius who are in some very long-lasting, strong relationships. So you too can have one if you haven't found yours yet. So that was the next sign that had the most inner conflict, Scorpio Sagittarius. Good luck to you. Check out my video on Scorpio Sagittarius for more clues on how to do that balancing act within yourself. Take care. The final cusp sign that might have the most inner conflict is none other than Capricorn Aquarius. Now, Capricorn Aquarius is anyone born between January 16th through January 22nd. So if your birthday falls on or between those dates, you, my friend, are a Capricorn Aquarius. So here's the inner conflict that goes on between Capricorn Aquarius. Now, believe it or not, you arguably are the most conflicted of all the cusp signs. Yeah, it's you. So while Capricorn Aquarius are blessed with a wildly rich interior life, it is often this very blessing that creates the most inner conflict. So after all, you have the best times when you are alone, not talking, and drifting off into your own thoughts. You enjoy that. There's peace there. You find serenity in your own thoughts and working through whatever conflicts that you're going through inside your own head. And sometimes getting snapped back into reality is not really where you want to be, because life is a lot better in your thoughts, however. Additionally, this cusp sign can feel at odds within yourself in other ways, because your keen desire for freedom, right, the Aquarius influence in you, can clash with your need for security, the Capricorn in you. So because you're creative, but you also are determined to get things done, and as the Capricorn, it's a clash. You're just constantly at odds, because you want to go off and be the Aquarian, have a good time and talk and be esoteric in your thoughts and do independently things your own way. And the Capricorn too. The Capricorn's they like rigidity. They like routine. This is what I do. You have to find a balance between the two. You can't just feed the Capricorn and follow the routine, because the Aquarius in you will just scream, get me out of here, and feel like they're being held captive, okay? And your creative spirit can also feel stymied by your need for structure. So you have to find a balance where you allow the Aquarius influence in you to flourish and get out and have fun and conversate and spend time in your own head and all those creative things that are sometimes outside of the block that other people think are weird. And why are you acting that way? You're supposed to be a Capricorn. That's the Aquarius influence in you. And you are great communicators, but sometimes it's just impossible for you to explain why you are a Capricorn with this need to go out and act like a total air sign. But the good thing is that you don't have the emotional thing. Both sides of you, Capricorn nor Aquarius, really wants to hear all that emotional stuff. You guys just want to go out, have a good time, which Capricorns also do. You just have to find the balance that you can really go ahead and have those moments to let your hair down, and it's okay. And no, people are not going to understand it, because you are supposed to be a steadfast Capricorn, hard at work. But, that's a misnomer about Capricorns. Capricorns like to have a good time too. They just like to do it when it makes sense. You, Cusper, likes to do it when you feel like it. And that's the difference. So if you'd like to learn more about the Capricorn Aquarius cusp, please check out my video here on this channel, where I can give you a few more clues about you and how you make a balancing act between the steadfast Capricorn and the air sign that just wants to get out and have fun. So good luck to you. You're actually one of the fun air signs. You definitely give great conversation. That is for sure. Good luck, Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusper. Hang in there. So that were the 5 cusp signs that are most likely to have the most inner conflict. So did it resonate with you? If you didn't, if you're one of those cusp signs that you actually have found the balance, kudos to you. It isn't always easy, especially for, God love them, Libra Scorpio. I get a lot of emails from you guys trying to do the balancing act, and people not understanding, because they expect you to be the kinder, gentler Libra, the fair play. And when they get hit with that Libra Scorpio, whoo, it can sting. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to subscribe. And I thank you in advance if you do indeed subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you can hear when I upload new content. And of course, please leave your comments below. let me know what life's like for you as a cusper, or you're one of those people dealing with a cusper. After all, you should watch the video. You know, if you have a cusper in your life, maybe we can help you understand their mood swings and what they're going through. And you can find a little bit more patience with them. Maybe, I don't know. Try for it. Anyway, I'm Saji. Thanks so much for your time. Until next time, take care of each other.